Sri Basan Khaitan, Chancellor, Kaziranga University. Srimati Raini Khaitan, Director, Kaziranga University. Dr. Prasan Kumar Mishra, Vice Chancellor, Kaziranga University. Sri Ravi Shankar Kamat, Registrar, Kaziranga University. Our esteemed guest of honor, Dr. Avoy Bang. Guest of honor, Dr. Noni Gopal Mohanto. Members of the governing body, deans of different schools, faculty, staff member, graduating students of the Assam Kaziranga University. Ajir dintu Kaziranga Bishwabidyalয়ৰ ছাত্ৰ-ছাত্ৰীৰ বাবে এটা অতি গৌৰৱময় দিন। মোক উপাচাৰ্য ডাঙৰীয়াই জনাইছে যে 600ৰো অধিক ছাত্ৰ-ছাত্ৰীয়ে আজি ইয়াতে ডিগ্ৰী পাব। মই সকলো ছাত্ৰ-ছাত্ৰীকে মোৰ ফালৰ পৰা উষ্ণ অভিনন্দন জনাইছো আৰু আপোনালোকৰ পিতৃ মাতৃ সকলোকে মোৰ প্ৰণাম আৰু নমস্কাৰ জনাইছো। It is my honor today to be present here and deliver an address for the students and the faculty members of this incredible educational institute of our region. Today is the 9th convocation of the Assam Kaziranga University. I attended the 5th convocation of this university too, and in a way, this is my 2nd convocation in Kaziranga University. This is a glorious occasion for the graduating students, a moment of joy and pride for having completed your degree. I extend my congratulations to all the graduating students, not only for your extraordinary feat, but also for a new opening, because I believe graduation is not the end, it is just the beginning. On this occasion, I also thank and congratulate all members of the faculty, your parents, and family members for their painstaking effort that led to your success. মই ব্যক্তিগতভাৱে বিশ্বাস কৰোঁ যে আমি য'ত যেনেকৈ আছোঁ আমাৰ সাফল্যৰ যি সম্পূৰ্ণ কৃতিত্ব সেয়া আমাৰ গুৰুজনাৰ ওচৰত আমি সমৰ্পণ কৰিব লাগে। আমাৰ জীৱনৰ প্ৰথম গুৰু আমাৰ পিতৃ মাতৃ আৰু দ্বিতীয় গুৰু আমাৰ শিক্ষক শিক্ষয়িত্ৰীসকল। আজিৰ দিনটোত মই বিশ্বাস কৰোঁ যে আপোনালোকৰ অন্তৰ কৃতজ্ঞতাৰে পূৰ্ণ হৈ পৰিব আপোনালোকৰ পিতৃ মাতৃৰ প্ৰতি, আৰু সৰুৰে পৰা আপোনালোকক এই জ্ঞানৰ পবিত্ৰ যজ্ঞত সমাহিত কৰা শিক্ষক শিক্ষয়িত্ৰীসকলৰ প্ৰতি। Great scholar and former President of India, Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, very precisely articulated the role of the universities. He said that intellectual pioneers of a civilization are to be found and trained in the universities. He termed universities as the sanctuaries of the inner life of the nation. He said that universities should foster among students the spirit of research work, which is nothing else than the carrying out of the attitude of free inquiry and rational reflection. It is indeed commendable that the Assam Kaziranga University, since its establishment in 2012, has been giving a special focus in the field of research. Many students of the university are now engaged in research activities with the faculty members in different research projects. The university's current focus on research in the areas of renewable energy, especially wind and solar, nanotechnology, artificial intelligence, pharmaceuticals, urban waste management, smart agriculture, plasma physics, etc., promises great hope for our region. The collaborative effort of this university with Numaligarh Refinery Limited and the application for mapping the wind energy potential along the banks of river Brahmaputra inspire much hope in harnessing this potential of the region. On this glorious occasion today, I'd like to speak briefly about the rich tradition of profound knowledge in our country that has always fostered scientific inquiry. I also touch upon the role of our youth have to play in realizing the vision of a resurgent India. এই বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ৰ জন্ম লগ্নৰ সময়ত মই অসমৰ শিক্ষামন্ত্ৰী আছিলোঁ আৰু এই বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ৰ যি আইন সেই আইন বিধানসভাৰ মজিয়াত উত্থাপন কৰাৰ গৌৰৱ সেই সময়ত মই অৰ্জন কৰিছিলোঁ। আজি বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়খনৰ যি বিকাশ আৰু বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ৰ যি উন্নয়ন তাক দেখি মই সঁচাকৈয়ে গৌৰৱ অনুভৱ কৰিছোঁ। ভাৰতৰ সভ্যতা আৰু সংস্কৃতিৰ মূল কেন্দ্ৰবিন্দু হৈছে বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়। বিশ্ববিদ্যালয় আমাৰ সভ্যতা সংস্কৃতিৰ বাবে নতুন নহয়। আজি আমাৰ বিশ্বত বহুতো সভ্যতাৰ জন্ম হৈছিল আৰু বহুতো সভ্যতা সময়ৰ কালত পাহৰণিৰ গৰ্ভত অতীত হৈ পৰিছে। কিন্তু ভাৰতীয় সভ্যতা সংস্কৃতিৰ এই ৬০০০ বছৰৰ বিকাশৰ যাত্ৰাৰ মূল কেন্দ্ৰবিন্দু হৈছে জ্ঞান আৰু প্ৰজ্ঞা। যেতিয়া কোনো এটা সভ্যতা গৌৰৱৰ ওপৰত জন্ম হয়, কোনো এক সভ্যতা যুদ্ধৰ বিজয়ৰ ওপৰত জন্ম হয়, কোনো এক সভ্যতা প্ৰাকৃতিক সম্পদৰ ওপৰত সৃষ্টি হয়, বা কোনো এক সভ্যতা যেতিয়া ভৌগোলিক এক আকৃতিৰ মাজত জন্ম হয়, সেই সভ্যতা বহুদিনলৈ জীয়াই থাকিব নোৱাৰে। কিন্তু যি সভ্যতা জ্ঞান আৰু প্ৰজ্ঞাৰ আধাৰত জন্ম হয়, যি সভ্যতাৰ কেন্দ্ৰীয় চৰিত্ৰ জ্ঞান আৰু প্ৰজ্ঞা হয়, আৰু যি সভ্যতাৰ ভৱিষ্যৎ দৰ্শন জ্ঞান আৰু প্ৰজ্ঞাৰ ওপৰত নিৰ্ভৰশীল হয়, সেই সভ্যতা অজৰ আৰু অমৰ হৈ থাকে। চন্দ্ৰ সূৰ্য থকালৈকে সেই সভ্যতা জীয়াই থাকে। তেনে এক গৌৰৱী সনাতন সভ্যতা ভাৰতীয় সভ্যতাৰ আমি ধ্বজাবাহক, আৰু সেই সভ্যতাকে জ্ঞান আৰু প্ৰজ্ঞাৰে আমি উত্তৰণৰ ফালে লৈ যোৱাৰ বাবে আমাৰ এই শিক্ষা ব্যৱস্থা, আমাৰ এই বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়সমূহৰ সৃষ্টি। Our country is world's continuous oldest civilization that reflects a dharmic view of life. Amar সভ্যতা জ্ঞান আৰু প্ৰজ্ঞাৰ ওপৰত প্ৰতিষ্ঠিত। আমাৰ সভ্যতা আধ্যাত্মিকতাৰ ওপৰত প্ৰতিষ্ঠিত। So Indian civilization reflects a dharmic view of our life. India is not simply the political, technological or religious lines of civilization recognized by the Western world. Our country is the source of profound spiritual and civilizational forces which have potential, which has penetrated Asia throughout history and influenced the entire world. India's civilization contains a much broader scope that Western politics, philosophy, science or religion. Indian civilization teaches the mankind to have an approach to the whole of life in a more integral manner. Poschimia Hoibhota, Jodi Jibonot Hek Hoijai, Bharatiya Hoibhota, Jibonot Arambho Hoy. Bharatiya Hoibhotai Khondhan Kore, Jibonor Pisot Ki. Bharator Hoibhotai Khondhan Kore, Khujjor Arot Ki. Bharator Hoibhotai Khondhan Kore, Homudror Gohborot Ki. It is a very deep sense of civilizational value which we inherited in last 6,000 years, and today it is a time for our students to carry out the civilizational values and our civilizational teachings to the next level. Based on these values and teaching, as many as 6 universities were established in ancient India as center of excellence. These universities were Takshashila, Sri Dhyan Katak, Nalanda, Udantapuri, Devavihar, and Ujjayani. Teaching like Rishi Aitreya taught at Takshashila University. Grammarian Panini and Sanakya were its students. Huen Sang was a student of Nalanda University who, on invitation of Kumar Bhaskar Verma, visited our Kamrupa. These universities imparted teachings on logic, philosophy, spiritualism, science, mathematics, and many other subjects. There were many resourceful libraries which immensely contributed to the teaching learning process in ancient India. We can imagine, আমি চিন্তা কৰিব পাৰো যে গণিত, সৌৰজগতৰ শিক্ষা, physics, chemistry, medical science, ভাৰতীয় সভ্যতাই আজি শিকা নাই। ভাৰতীয় সভ্যতাই অতীজৰ পৰা ইয়াৰ ওপৰত চৰ্চা কৰিছে আৰু তক্ষশিলা নালন্দাৰ দৰে ফৰ্মেল ইউনিভাৰ্চিটি ষ্ট্ৰাকচাৰতো এই বিদ্যাসমূহৰ বিষয়ে আমি জ্ঞান আহৰণ কৰিছিলো। Today, Western world has agreed that Upanishad is the first book on spiritual and scientific studies of our nature, of our world. We are proud of the Indian tradition of propagating knowledge. Centuries ago, our ancestors evolved the oldest, most extensive and enduring tradition of sculpture of any place in the world. India's art, music, dance, and overall culture dates back to antiquity. The education system that Indians evolved is mentioned in 64 forms of arts, which we call Sokhasti Kala. India's contribution to the science, astronomy, mathematics, medicine, and other fields of learning have been immense. India has pioneered a science which we call the science of consciousness. The science is still more advanced than modern science and cannot be ignored. Yoga, which is India's contribution to the world, has the capacity to connect to the spirituality, taking the mind beyond time, space, and routine action. India's ideal of economics, going back to ancient times, it is not mere capitalism, socialism, or communism. It is all about creation of an abundance for all. সকলোৰে বাবে আমি কি ধৰণে এটা অৰ্থনীতি নিৰ্মাণ কৰিব পাৰো। Indian philosophy doesn't recognize communism. We doesn't recognize class war. We doesn't recognize capitalism. আমি বিশ্বাস কৰো যে ভগৱান আৰু প্ৰকৃতিৰ সম্পদক সৰ্বজনৰ বাবে আমি কি ধৰণে তাক ৰচনাত্মকভাৱে নিৰ্মাণ কৰিব পাৰো, সকলোকে আমি কি ধৰণে এক সুন্দৰ বসুন্ধৰা আমি উপহাৰ দিব পাৰো। For all the Indians, material wealth is not the end in itself. It is the means to achieve a spiritual enlightenment. আমি যেতিয়াই ভাবো যে উই আর মেশিন, আমি এই পৃথিবীর জন্ম লৈছো because we want material enrichment. If we want material enrichment like an animal, that we have to kill a kind of animal because that gives me subsistence, and for that I will not follow the natural rule, then there will be no difference between the human and animal. Our all material action is mixed with spiritualism. Aji jetia ami yate degree loisu, we definitely we are proud of our individual achievement, but at the same time we are remembering our parents, we are remembering our gurus. That's spiritualism. In the time of our achievement also, we are not thinking about me, we are thinking who has contributed to become today what I am. All our action, our materialism action, or our materialism is always linked with kind of spiritualism, and that is why we are different from the animal kingdom, we are different from communists, we are different from capitalists, because all our individual action is mixed with something more. All our individual achievement we dedicate to someone, we do not dedicate only to me. That is why the humanity or human mankind, the civilizational values of India is different from the core materialism. Unlike the West, India's ideal of art is not commercial, intellectual or religious art. The art of India is a yoga or a way of integration with the universe. The Indic concept of art is that of a cultural and spiritual aspiration which can rise society overall. India's political ideal is not just the human rights at an individual level. The Indic way of political idealism includes respect for our duties to the whole of life. It also embraces the rights of all organisms to live without hindrance. Ami jetia bharator rajonaitik mulyobodhor phale ami choku diu, ei rajonaitik mulyobodhot kebol matro khomota sonnibishto hoi thoka nai. Amar rajonaitik mulyobodhor logot bosudhaiva kutumbakam. Being a nation state, we think about humanity. Our overall political idealism goes beyond our geography. Amar rajonaitik adorshoy ek biশ্বর ভৌগোলিক চিন্তা ভৌগোলিক কথাক বাদ দিয়ার উপরিও সমগ্র ব্রহ্মাণ্ডকে সামৰি লবৰ বাবে চেষ্টা কৰে। কাৰণ আমি সকলো ক্ষেত্ৰতে নিজৰ কাৰণে চিন্তা নকৰো। We do not think only on the rights of human, we think about enduring sustainability of entire universe. Based on this ancient pool of knowledges, merged with the modern technologies, India today marching ahead to accomplish the vision of Amrit Kaal. Today, we are celebrating 75th year of independence. We all know India has developed a lot in last 75 years. When India celebrates 75 years, we become world's 5th largest economy. And there is a mental satisfaction also. The Britishers dominated India's soul and minds for 100 years. But today, because of the dedication of every Indian, we have become 5th largest economy, surpassing the United Kingdom, which is a sweet revenge and fitting tribute to our freedom fighters. Now days is not far when we will be the third economy, but in the word of Prime Minister of India, we will not pause there. We will not pause being the third economy of the world. Our ultimate goal is to establish ourselves as a Vishwa Guru, surpassing United States of America and China, because we believe that India, being the Vishwaguru, we can send a message to the entire world and entire universe for peaceful existence. We do not compete for material satisfaction, material accomplishment. India has much more to give to the world. That is why Honorable Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi ji, has presented before us a vision for the next 25 years leading up to 2047. Honorable Prime Minister, while unveiling the vision, had said, and I quote, "We should not limit the occasion of the 75th years of Indian independence in just one ceremony. We must lay the groundwork for new resolution and move forward with new resolution. The goal of Amrit Kaal is to ascend to new heights of prosperity for the India and the citizen of India." In this endeavor, as laid down by Honorable Prime Minister, our young generation has a profound role to play. To accomplish great things in the coming decades, the youth must not only act but also dream. They must not only plan but also believe in themselves. Jetia moi bibhinno mohabidyalay, bishwabidyalay chhatro chhatri sokolok sambodhon koru, I always remain conscious that you are the citizen of Amrit Kaal. Aji amar ei sabha koikhot thoka kiman ami 2047 sonor সেই 100 বছৰৰ পূৰ্ণ ভাৰত আমি দেখা পাম আমি নাজানো, but you are going to see that definitely, and that is why in the words of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, we are son and we are daughters of Amrit Kaal. Amrit Kaaলত ভাৰতবৰ্ষখনক এক নতুন দিগন্তলৈ লৈ যোৱাৰ আমাৰ সন্মুখত দায়িত্ব, আৰু সেই কাৰণে my dear students, when we think something from today, we should think about next 25 years. We should not think about today. We should think about 25 years. 50 বছৰ যেতিয়া ভাৰতবৰ্ষৰ হৈছিল, when India celebrates its golden jubilee, if some prime minister would have laid down a roadmap for the next 25 years, probably we would have accomplished much by now. But we did not have a leadership then who could have seen 25 years ahead. Today, we have a leadership in our country, whether it is in a political leadership, whether it is in a corporate leadership, whether in our economy, cultural life, we have a leadership who has the vision to see about the vision to dream about the next 25 years and beyond. Let me highlight few sectors. In agriculture, in next 25 years, we all know that country is going to witness a structural transformation in many vital areas of our economy. In agriculture, focus is given more on diversified high-value production, better prices, and farm income. Marketing would be cost-effective with less chemical and pesticide in the agriculture. Objective would be nutrition-sensitive, environmental-friendly, and sustainable agriculture. By 2027, the share of cereals like rice and wheat would decline in favor of pulses, oilseed, horticulture, livestock, poultry, and fisheries. Indian agriculture would go beyond farming and develop a value chain comprising of farming, wholesaling, warehousing, logistics, processing, and retailing. There had been a new startup coming up in agriculture. Ample focus would be given to reduce emission of greenhouse gases and increase resilience on conservation agriculture and zero budget natural farming. Manufacturing and service sector, including apparel, electronics, gems and jewelry, financial service, tourism, and real estate are other focuses area of economy. A handful of coastal employment zones which may attract multinational firms in labor-intensive sector would be created. There are a lot of opportunities coming up in the service sector as well. To tap the potential, there is a need to think of offering products, their scaling, focus on customer and marketing in the service sector. The digital economy will continue to expand in all sectors of the economy. Technology that are going to dominate the country in the coming decades are artificial intelligence and machine learning, Web 3.0, quantum comparing, semiconductor technology, nanotechnology, smart manufacturing. Emphasis will be laid on the use of IoT, Internet of Things, blockchain, big data analysis, and robotics as part of Industry 4.0. Commercial use of additive manufacturing, namely 3D printing, will be in great demand. Smart mobility in the new age transformation and logistics, remotely piloted vehicles, powered by renewable and clean fuels, and advanced communication technology by adoption of 5G and broadband internet in remote areas will be in use. In the backdrop, students should get themselves familiar with the cutting-edge space technologies that are going to dominate our future. Space technologies will be widely used with futuristic technology like satellite-based quantum communication, quantum radar, self-fitting rocket, self-vanishing satellite, self-healing materials, humanoid robotics, space-based solar power, intelligent satellite, intelligent space vehicle, make-in space concept, space application based on artificial intelligence, etc. Biotechnology will make remarkable advancement in the areas such as synthetic DNA, development of vaccine, 4D printing and tissue engineering code, gene editing, gene sequencing, quantum microscope, biosensor, etc. 21st century will be India's century. India has made revival at a civilization level in this period under the inspiring leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi. In terms of foreign policy, the new India has developed an India-centric policy. India is no longer functioning aligned with a communism or left ideals, nor it is depending on America. Today, India is having its own strength in terms of military, economic and cultural power. We could call the Bharat reborn, Bharat or Punarjanma. India is now in a major presence on the world stage and said to be of the dominant world powers in the economic and political arenas in the coming century. At the cultural level, Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has achieved the designation of 21st June as International Day of Yoga in 2015. This has opened up before the world the most visible and the popular aspect of India's dharmic civilization. Vedanta, Ayurveda, Sanskrit, Indian music, dance, art and architecture continue to spread along with the vast practice of yoga. Ayurvedic medicine is now regarded worldwide as the modern medicine of mind and body. It is now considered the proven way of natural healing, behavioral medicine, and healing based on consciousness of mind. To realize the vision of Amrit Kaal and to meet the demands of the present time, the proactive role of educational institute and the students is very important. To fulfill the aspiration of Amrit Kaal, it is indeed to practice newer knowledge, sustainable research and innovation. I hope Assam Kaziranga University will give major focus on this area. এই সভাত মই যেতিয়া আহিছিলো তাৰ পিছতে বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ৰ চেঞ্চেলৰ খেতান ডাঙৰীয়াৰ উপাচাৰ্য মহোদয়ক মই বাৰে বাৰে অনুৰোধ কৰিছো that we should have the best incubation center of Upper Assam, rather for Assam, in the Kaziranga University campus. God has given lot of wealth to Khetan family. Now they should transfer that wealth for the betterment of Assam and the betterment of the country. Similarly, of course, a good food in the hostel. Hostel khwatu bhalo hobo lage na nai. Similarly, the graduating student shall have to continue the zeal for learning to contribute their fullest for the nation growth by focusing on the priority area identified for next 25 years. I also place here that if the Kaziranga University decide to set up a nice incubation center in the campus, Government of Assam will come forward and will also give similar kind of assistance so that this university can fulfill the responsibility of the Amrit Kaal. For the young graduate students, today is your big day. You have successfully crossed a very important phase of your life. Now you have embarked on a new beginning. At this juncture, you will have to take up the new responsibilities and face new challenges. You have to diligently prepare yourself for the future. You have to take a greater responsibilities for the nation building. You have to realize in realizing Amrit Kaal. You have to create a India which will be driven by knowledge and technology. At this glorious occasion, I urge you to remember two great statements of Upanishad that sum up the wisdom of Indian sages. These are Aham Brahmasmi, Sarvam Khalabidam Brahma. That means Indian tradition and civilization belief Aham Brahmasmi. সমস্ত ব্ৰহ্মাণ্ডৰ শক্তি মোৰ গাতে নিহিত হৈ আছে এই পৃথিৱীত ভগৱান যদি কৰবাত আছে এই ভগৱান মোৰ অন্তৰত আছে এই সৰ্ব শক্তিমান পৃথিৱীত কোনোবা যদি সৰ্ব শক্তিমান শক্তি আছে সেই শক্তি মোৰ অন্তৰত নিহিত হৈ আছে আমি সকলোৱে ব্ৰহ্মা মোৰ অন্তৰত সমুদ্ৰ সমান শক্তি আছে মোৰ শৰীৰত হিমালয় সমান শক্তি আছে মোৰ শৰীৰ আৰু আত্মাত প্ৰচণ্ড জ্ঞান আৰু প্ৰজ্ঞাৰ অক্ষয় ভাণ্ডাৰ নিহিত হৈ আছে মই যেতিয়াই মোৰ শক্তিৰ ওপৰত বিশ্বাস কৰিম মই যেতিয়াই মোক বিশ্বাস কৰিম তেতিয়াই মই ব্ৰহ্মা হম তেতিয়াই উপনিষদে কোৱা অহং ব্ৰহ্মাস্মি এই শব্দৰ বাস্তৱত ৰূপায়িত হ'ব মই যিদিনাখন অসমৰ বাবে চিন্তা কৰো বহুতে মোক কয় যে এই ধৰণৰ চিন্তা অসমত খাপ নাখায় এই ধৰণৰ চিন্তা অসমৰ কাৰণে কৰা উচিত নহয় মোৰ সন্মুখত লক্ষ্য থাকে মই আজি অসমৰ বাবে কাম কৰিবৰ বাবে চেষ্টা কৰা নাই মই কাম কৰিবৰ বাবে চেষ্টা কৰিছো সেই 50 বছৰ পিছৰ অসমখন সেই 50 বছৰৰ পিছৰ অসমীয়াই আমাৰ পৰা কি বিচাৰিব সেই 50 বছৰ পিছত অসমে আমাৰ পৰা কি বিচাৰিব যেতিয়া মই 25খন মেডিকেল কলেজৰ সপোন দেখো অসমৰ ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰী বিজ্ঞ মহলে মোক প্ৰশ্ন কৰে যে ইমান মেডিকেল কলেজ কিয় লাগে মোৰ মনত সেই সময়ত মই উত্তৰ দিবৰ বাবে চেষ্টা কৰো মই আপোনাৰ বাবে কাম কৰা নাই মই আপোনাৰ উত্তৰ পুৰুষৰ বাবে কাম কৰিব খুজিছো মই 50 বছৰ পিছৰ অসমখনৰ কাৰণে কাম কৰিব খুজিছো যত 25খন মেডিকেল কলেজ নহয় এইখন অসমত 100খন মেডিকেল কলেজৰ প্ৰয়োজন হ'ব মই বিশ্বাস কৰো আমাৰ ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীসকলে নিজৰ বাবে নহয় এখন ভৱিষ্যতৰ অসম এখন ভৱিষ্যতৰ ভাৰতৰ বাবে নিজৰ শৰীৰত লুকাই থকা ব্ৰহ্মত্বৰ উত্থান কৰি আমাৰ জগতখন শুৱনি কৰাৰ বাবে প্ৰচেষ্টা কৰিব as pronounced in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad aham brahmasmi means I am the cosmic reality ইয়াত সৰ্বশক্তিমান শক্তি কোনো নাই ময়ে সেই সৰ্বশক্তিমান শক্তি কাৰণ তেখেতৰ আশীৰ্বাদতে মই সেই সৰ্বশক্তিমান শক্তিত পৰিণত হৈছো and as marked the Sandogya Upanishad sarvam khalavidam brahma means everything within or without is the cosmic reality these two statements provided a key to the foundation of Indic civilization and dharmic view of our life such timeless truths can guide us to a new transformation in humanity. This is the promise that Indian civilization has carried throughout the century and is now becoming obvious to the world. We must therefore develop them as a foundation of our inner ideals. Can you realize 6,000 years ago our Upanishad has pronounced Aham Brahmasmi. You can imagine how a dharmic civilization, how a civilization based on knowledge has existed in our ancient civilization. Today, we are the torchbearer of that civilization. Aji ami Bharator সেই জ্ঞান আৰু প্ৰজ্ঞাৰ ওপৰত আধাৰিত বিশাল সভ্যতা আৰু সংস্কৃতিৰ আমি প্ৰতিভূ আৰু সেই সভ্যতা সংস্কৃতিক আগুৱাই লৈ যোৱা আমাৰ দায়িত্ব Presently, you all are at the prime of your youth. The way you realize your energy will decide not only your future, the future of our nation. Swami Vivekananda, who had deep faith in the youth power, urged the young generation to amplify their mental energies, physical fitness, and the work for the social transformation. Swamiji said, I quote, take up one idea, make that one idea your life, think of it, dream of it, live on that idea. Let the brain, muscle, nerve, every part of your body be full of that idea and just leave every other idea alone. This is the way to success. Swami Vivekananda কৈছিল আমাৰ জীৱন কালত বহুত আমি চিন্তা কৰাৰ পৰিৱৰ্তে let us adopt one idea that through this idea I want to make a difference. মোৰ মৃত্যুৰ বহু বছৰ পিছতো আজি যেনেকে আমি লোকপ্ৰিয় গোপীনাথ বৰদলৈ খোৱৰণ কৰো মৃত্যুৰ বহু বছৰ পিছতো আমি যি ধৰণে স্বৰ্গদেউ চুকাফা খোৱৰণ কৰো আমি যি ধৰণে লাচিত বৰফুকনৰ বীৰত্বক আজিৰ দিনটোতো খোৱৰণ কৰো মৃত্যুৰ পিছতো তেখেতসকল জীয়াই আছে our life should not end in some cremation ground. It will be very foolish if মোৰ যদি জীৱন গাথা কোনোবা এখন শ্মশানৰ সেই অগ্নিৰ মাজতে কেইটোপালমান ছাই হৈ সীমাবদ্ধ হৈ থাকি যায় I must live beyond my life. My life is 80 years. Your life will be 100 years. May God give you 120 years. But we must live for 1,000 years. We may live beyond. So we have to nurture ideals. Ami eta nijor majot eta ideal janmo dibo lagibo. and we must live and die for that ideas. That idea will enrich our Bharat. That idea will enrich our Ahom. That idea will enrich our world. মই ভাবো যে আমাৰ জীৱনৰ আজিৰ এই সুন্দৰ দিনটোত আমি যি সময়ত গ্ৰেজুৱেচন হাতত তুলি লম আমাৰ অন্তৰ এক নতুন সংকল্পৰে পৰিপূৰ্ণ হৈ উঠিব যে এই গ্ৰেজুৱেচন মোৰ বাবে জীৱনৰ আৰম্ভণি আৰু জীৱনৰ শেষ দিনটোলৈকে মই এটা আদৰ্শ লম যি আদৰ্শই মৃত্যুৰ বহু দিনৰ পিছলৈকেও মোক জীয়াই ৰাখিব মই বিশ্বাস কৰো কাজিৰঙা ইউনিভাৰ্চিটিৰ ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীসকলে আজিৰ এই সুন্দৰ মুহূৰ্তত জীৱনৰ এক বিৰল মুহূৰ্ত ডিগ্ৰী হাতত লোৱা কনভোকেশনৰ সময়ত ডিগ্ৰী হাতত তুলি লৈ এই জীৱনৰ এই বিৰল মুহূৰ্তটি জীৱনত আৰু দ্বিতীয়বাৰলৈ উভতি নাহে এই বিৰল মুহূৰ্তটিত আমি সমাজৰ কাৰণে নিজৰ জীৱনৰ সকলো আশা বাস্তৱত ৰূপায়িত কৰাৰ পিছতো after fulfilling all our rational material desire we can still leave many things for the society এজন চিকিৎসকে যেতিয়া চিকিৎসক হ'ব সমগ্ৰ জীৱনটো মানুহক সাৰ্জাৰী কৰিব মেডিসিন দিব ধন উপাৰ্জন কৰিব কিন্তু তাৰ লগত অকণমান যদি আধ্যাত্মিকতাৰ যদি মিশ্ৰণ হয় এজন শিক্ষকে দৰমহাৰ বাবে চাকৰি কৰিব কিন্তু আধ্যাত্মিকতা যেতিয়া তাত অলপ হলেও যোগ হ'ব হি চাকৰি নহয় সেৱা হ'ব let us do সেৱা let us do service for the society and I believe our life will be transformed we need not live a life which is similar to the animal kingdom we need to live a life which go well with our human dignity we are the most superior creation of the God and we have to believe and we believe in our superiority we have to act like that মই ভাবো আজিৰ এই সুন্দৰ দিনটোত সেই ব্ৰহ্ম প্ৰতিজ্ঞাৰে আমি আমাৰ জীৱনৰ নৱতম যজ্ঞ আৰম্ভ কৰিম যি নৱতম যজ্ঞই মোক পূৰ্ণতা দিব মোক জীৱনত জীয়াই থকাৰ নতুন উদ্দেশ্য দিব আৰু জীৱনৰ পিছতো মৃত্যুৰ পিছতো বহু বছৰ এই সমাজত মই অম্লান খ্যাতিৰে জীয়াই থাকিব পাৰিম তেনে এক সুন্দৰ মুহূৰ্তৰ বাবে পৰম পিতাৰ ওচৰত প্ৰাৰ্থনা কৰি পুনৰ এবাৰ আপোনালোকৰ পিতৃ মাতৃৰ শ্ৰী চৰণত মই প্ৰণাম জনাই কাজিৰঙা ইউনিভাৰ্চিটিৰ শিক্ষাগুৰুসকললৈ শ্ৰদ্ধা জনাই I am paying all my respect to the faculties of Kaziranga University for giving us so proud student, so bright student to this society. I'd like to thank all of you once again. আৰু এই কেইটা শব্দৰে পুনৰ এবাৰ আপোনালোকৰ উত্তৰ কামনা কৰি মই মোৰ বক্তব্যৰ সামৰণি মাৰিছো ধন্যবাদ